Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Buckeye Cable, BCSN and BCAN, and welcome into another edition of Positively Tom. But it's not just another edition when you get the boss in-house at this gorgeous stadium, Mollenkopf Stadium, Dr. Romulus Durant. Doc, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
You know, it's always a pleasure to be on and always a pleasure to chat with you.
Well, you know, you're on the cusp of another school year. I know that's exciting for you. Tell me a little bit of some of the things that you're looking forward to this TPS school year.
You know what, this is kind of almost a reset year when you think about the prior 2 years.
Yes.
Last year students were in masks for the first half of the year. The year prior to that, they were satellite and some even hybrid, and so this is really the full year of really launching where there is no mask, there is no restrictions. At the end of the day, kids continue to be socially distant to a certain degree, but you really begin to get a sense to the pre-pandemic aspects of those things. And so to be able to see a lot of the events that we want you to have are now able to happen just because the restrictions are no longer there. It just provides a lot of great opportunities and intimate interaction with the kids and staff.
You know, Doc, I'd be remiss if I didn't, before we go further in the interview, talk a little bit about Mollenkopf Stadium. I had a chance to teach and coach here, and my first coaching job was here. I think it's remarkable, and I'll give you an example. Years ago, 7-8 years ago, Lenny Dawson, who is in hospice now, unfortunately, but Super Bowl winning quarterback, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and I called him to be on our show on BCSN. You know, we're just local sports guys, you know. And he said yes. And so he was a gracious guest. He was on a number of times. But I said something about Mollenkopf Stadium when we were talking high school football.
Right.
And Lenny Dawson goes, "Don't tell me about Mollenkopf Stadium." He goes, "It's one of the best high school stadiums in America." He said, "I played in that stadium."
Right.
He went to Alliance High School, and they played here at Waite. And he went on about Mollenkopf. It is a great place.
Yeah, you know what, born and raised here on the east side, no fiber for life, and I tell people one of the pride and joy about playing at Waite, when I talk to the players, there's a certain pride to play within the stadium. There's very few stadiums across the state of Ohio and the country that actually replicate what this has in regard to a wall that surrounds it.
Right.
You have to be at Massillon, Ohio, and all other things. And,
absolutely.
And the thing that to have this, you know, it added to a certain element of its prestigiousness as an institution. And I can remember playing in the 90s, from 90 to 94, and teams would come in, would already be intimidated.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they were coming into an arena and a stadium that was echoing, and they couldn't see inside because there was walls that was, once you come in, you're lucky to get out.
I love it, Doc.
But it's an exciting thing to have, and it's something to have pride and joy about, and I'm just appreciative to be able to know that it's my alma mater to play at.
Not all kids are going to college. You know, and I think that's a misnomer. I think sometimes, and tell me if I'm wrong, Doc, but I think sometimes not all kids are meant to go to college.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And they can learn a trade from a trade school and have a great career. We need electricians, we need plumbers, we desperately need those folks. But you've taken a tack on technical training where they can get the technical training and then get a great paying job. Talk a little bit about that.
You know what, and the genius part about what we've done is not only are they doing technical training, but they're also getting college credit for the rigor of the work. So they're able to get Owen Community College credit, as well as the University of Toledo. What we've done is sat down with the universities and colleges and aligned the rigor of the coursework to say, this is worthy of college credit, which we've had approved by the state of Ohio. So when these kids go through these programs and getting what you would see a traditional career tech program, they're also acquiring college credits as well, which allows them to really bolster their confidence, like, you know what, if I want to further this beyond what I'm going to learn here and get the certification, I can do so. But if I choose to just get the certification as well, I can be just as successful as well. And so what we want is 18-year-olds graduating with more than just a diploma. They should have certifications in hand as well as college credits under their belt, and up to an associate degree within TPS. So what we call this is Macumber 2020, meaning we're taking career tech programs from a standalone, isolated school building and putting these schools on the college or on the campuses of industry. At the end of the day, it's a natural relationship, natural internship, and employment, merely because the kids are within IView as well as evaluation, all going to high school.
And Doc, the kids get the best of both worlds. If they want to continue on in college and pursue that area, they've already got credits listed for themselves, which saves them money, by the way, right? You and I have been down the college route. We know how much each credit hour costs. And if they don't want to go that route, again, there's nothing wrong with that. If they're certified and they can move right into a job and start earning a paycheck, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know what, and that's one of the nice and joy about it is, like I tell people, that you're not only going to walk out with an academic advantage, but a financial advantage as well.
Right.
Because you're going to graduate with certifications that allow you to get a higher hourly rate or rate of pay just because of the certification.
You're going to avoid minimum wage,
that's
right?
exactly it. And at the same time, you're accumulating college credit towards an associate or a bachelor's or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
At no cost. So college debt has surpassed credit card debt, which is a huge deficit among all college graduates. And what we're doing is providing a platform and a pathway to achieve things that you're passionate about as a career, but more importantly, get a certification in hand as well as college credit under your belt.
Doc, you're so smart. My daughter's a lawyer and now a judge, and she's still paying off her college debt. And she's been a judge now, or been a lawyer and a judge for 15 years, you know, and she's still paying it off.
Right.
And I think also, you know, some youngsters, as we both know, have financial responsibilities for their family.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally have to help provide for their family. And if they can jump right into a job that's a decent paying job, you know, they can help with their family, support themselves, and then, you know, down the road, if they want to venture into an advanced college degree, they already have some credits, and it all works. So
yeah, you know, and the whole ideology behind that is being able to provide graduates that are end up building wealth within themselves as well as their family.
Yes.
And so to be able to acquire a skill set that you get paid at a higher premium because of a piece of paper of a certification.
Yes.
At the same time, acquire college credit that allows you to advance that piece of paper, allows you to accumulate and acquire certification to a whole nother rate of pay with no deficit, allows you to invest in other places that get you financial freedom as you begin later on in life in regard to not in the rat wheel of just chasing a check. At the end of the day, you understood how to make money work for you over the course of time. You're not paying back debt. You were able to invest to build upon the wealth for you and not only generations to come.
You know, it creates choices for folks.
We were very intentional and strategic in how we went about it, not only generating college courses, career programs of certification. What we've done is create magnet schools of those career choices that align to the region of Toledo. So meaning we have an aviation school because there's an airport here and there's an airport right up the road. So when it comes to employment, they're going to stay here. So we educate you here, so you work here, you stay here, and your tax dollars remain here.
You're lifting the city.
You're exactly right.
You're keeping the young talent, and you're providing good paychecks, and you're lifting the city, and lifting the city tax base, right?
That's
and
exactly
the economy.
it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And one thing is that we are compounding and maximizing taxpayers' dollars to invest that ultimately gets reinvested. When you're producing high school graduates with these type of certification, employment opportunities, etc., and they're doing it in a region that they're more likely going to stay and live, like you said, you're expanding, which is I would call economic 101 in regard to revitalizing a city that can continue to grow its own. And so, you know, whether it's aviation because of that, natural science, we got the best Metro Park system. Pre-med, medical at the highest employment agency in Toledo. So these kids are all graduating and they're all staying.
You believe in this community, you believe in TPS, you believe in your teachers and coaches and your students, but how do you do it every day with the passion that you have?
You know what, I think it's just in essence of really wanting more for the students, children, as well as staff, and to be able to know that at the end of the day, you're providing opportunities to them, for them to get there. And I always like to see, because I'm a believer of the underdogs, and you know, and being an 05er, and you know, one of the things that we believe that there's no free ride on the east side. Everyone is self-made.
Doc, on behalf of everybody in Toledo, thank you. Heartfelt thank you for what you and your staff and your teachers and coaches are doing at TPS. Thanks so much, Doc.
Thank you.
Honor to be with you.
Always an honor with you.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
Tom Cole, the coach for BCSN, BCAAN, and it's been another edition of Positively Tom.